visit the Naval Academy grounds on a Friday afternoon in the fall, you will run into cannon shots, swords, rifles, and marching midshipmen. On Worden Field, the Brigade of Midshipmen recognize special guests and carry on the long tradition of drill with formal parades. On today's episode of The History of the Navy in 100 Objects, we learn about the history and significance of Worden Field and the parades that take place there. Worden Field is named after the same Rear Admiral John Worden of the famed Worden Sword. If you missed it, check out the Worden Sword episode for the mystery surrounding the antique. Admiral Worden was a Civil War hero, best known for his gallantry in the Battle of Hampton Roads, the first meeting of two ironclad ships. He commanded the new Union ironclad, the Monitor, from its commissioning in New York City on February 25, 1862, to its historic face-off with the Confederacy's Virginia on March 9th of the same year. The Confederacy's Virginia had wreaked havoc on the Union's wooden fleet, but on March 9th, 1862, the Merrimac stopped the bludgeoning in a historic turning point in naval strategy. The two ironclads engaged and fought for 4 hours. Around the third hour, then Lieutenant Worden sustained an eye injury, partially blinded from a shell explosion close to the pilot house. The first engagement between steam-powered ironclads ended in a draw that afternoon. Worden was met with fanfare back home in New York and presented with the ornate Worden Sword in recognition of his leadership. Worden is a ubiquitous word at the Naval Academy among the Brigade of Midshipmen. Today, it means formal dress uniforms, rifles, bayonets, swords, and parades. However, in the earliest records with reference to the open, grassy area, it served as a sports field and is the location of some of the first Army-Navy football games in the 1890s. The area that is now Worden Field is almost unrecognizable in old photographs, mostly because the physical land features have changed drastically with landfill. It was first used as a parade ground in 1900, before which drill was conducted behind Bancroft Hall, in what is today 6th and 8th Wings. We are joined by Brigade Drill Master Gunnery Sergeant Beth Abbott, U.S. Marine Corps, for an explanation of what Worden Field is used for today.
So this is Worden Field here at good old Annapolis, Maryland. And we do all our drill and ceremonies on this field, parades with roughly about 3,500 midshipmen. So a parade in my terms is a way to show off the unit being the Naval Academy's people and pride and tradition of history since this place existed, and showing the public and its friends and family a disciplined way to show pride within one's unit.
Parades are a visual presentation of the military discipline, professionalism, and teamwork necessary to succeed as a member of the U.S. Navy and Marine Corps, and have been a part of Naval Academy training since its establishment in 1845. The Brigade of Midshipmen marches from Bancroft Hall to the Naval Academy Parade Field, Worden Field, accompanied by the Naval Academy Band and the Midshipmen Drum and Bugle Corps. On Worden Field, the brigade performs the Manual of Arms, renders honors to the senior officer or civilian dignitary present, and passes in review before the official party and guests. Past dignitaries have included senators, flag officers, the Chief of Naval Operations, the Secretary of the Navy, and distinguished alumni. But parades on Worden Field aren't only for the pomp and circumstance. They are also a valuable part of midshipman development. Gunnery Sergeant Abbott is the first female drill master at Annapolis. Her role is all things drill and ceremony for the Naval Academy. It's in this role that she challenges and develops midshipmen's discipline and confidence.
So my job and my role here is to teach midshipmen and instill some discipline into midshipmen, whether it be for parades, any type of striper position, new meal formation, and anything to deal with drill and ceremonies. I'm the focal point for that, to teach midshipmen that job. The practice here for the Naval Academy with the midshipman schedule is limited. We get a couple hours a week, and then a couple days in the morning we get about 45 minutes. So it's my job to teach about 350 people how to hold a sword, all the sword movements, all the drill movements, and what to do as a company commander, platoon commander, battalion commander, brigade commander, and regimental commander. And it's all different moving parts with 30 different companies, different sections running at the exact same time. I think once you teach it, train it, learn it, understand it, and then we evaluate each other all the time with their prospective drill officers or drill sergeants. I think the whole piece comes together as a whole.
Parades on Worden Field remain an important reminder of the leaders that came before. Worden Field allows the Brigade of Midshipmen to remain connected with the tradition and ceremony of their predecessors. Parades are an integral part of the midshipman experience, and we hope in your next visit to the Naval Academy, you will be in the audience. Thank you for joining us today, and tune in next week for the next episode of the History of the Navy in 100 Objects.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's color parade.